Good morning, friends. Welcome to Story Time. I'm so glad you could join me today. Why don't we get started by singing The More We Get Together? The more we get together, together, the more we get together, the happier we'll be. 'Cause your friends are my friends, and my friends are your friends. The more we get together, the happier we'll be. Great job, friends. Let's sing that song one more time. The more we get together, the more we get together, the happier we'll be. 'Cause your friends are my friends, and my friends are your friends. The more we get together, the happier we'll be. Great singing, friends. Today, we're going to read a story all about a pet show. Do you know what a pet show is? A pet show is when people bring their animals and have them do tricks or maybe just sit there and look really proud and special and show how nice they can sit, or even other things, like if it's maybe a pet show for bunnies, they might show how soft their bunny is. Or if it's a pet show for horses, they might show how well their horse can walk around some barrels. There's all types of pet shows. But in today's book, it's going to be a kind of interesting pet show. So let's get reading and you can see all about what kind of pet show it will be, okay? All right, let's read our book, friends. Today's book is called Beast in Show. It was written by Anna Staniszewski. That was a little hard for me to say. And it was illustrated by Joni Stone. Sometimes when things are hard for us to say, it's best to sound them out. And then it's easier to read. Beast in Show was published by Henry Holt & Company, which is a part of Macmillan Publishers. So thank you to them for letting us share it with you today. Huxley may not have... Excuse me, friends, I'm going to try again. Huxley may have seemed like an ordinary dog, but Julia knew he was a winner. She wanted everyone else to see it too. "Come on, Huxley," she said. "Today is our big day." Huxley wagged his tail hopefully. "We can play fetch another time, after we win the dog show." Julia's dad walked them over to town hall, but when they got inside... "Is this really the dog show?" Julia asked. "Yup," said a judge. "Just a totally normal dog show." Does this look like a totally normal dog show to you? It seems like those maybe aren't dogs. Julia stared at the other contests. Their nails sparkled, their coats glistened, their teeth gleamed. Beside them, Huxley seemed so ordinary. I see what looks like a dragon and a unicorn. Or maybe, is it still a unicorn if it has wings? I don't know. And a robot cat. And honestly, I'm really not sure what that is. Is it a totally normal dog show? I don't know. Julia must have looked worried because Huxley jumped up and gave her nose a lick. She smiled. "You're right, Huxley. Let's go win this thing." First up was the obstacle course. "Run, Huxley! Jump, Huxley! Do a triple backflip, Huxley!" But Huxley couldn't compete with the dogs that galloped and twirled and levitated. He was having fun, but Julia hated seeing him get lost in the crowd. Levitate means to float, friends. At the end of the opening round, Bob soared into first place. "It's okay, Huxley," Julia said. "We still have 2 more events." Next, the dogs were asked to speak. Bark, Huxley. Howl, Huxley. Sing, happy birthday, Huxley. Arf. The other dogs beeped and breathed fire and communicated in over 1,000 intergalactic languages. I don't know. I'm starting to think these aren't actually dogs. What do you think? Bob brought the crowd to tears with his magical song. Once again, he was named the winner. Julia groaned. The judges hadn't even looked Huxley's way. There was only one round left. Come on, Huxley, Julia said. We need to get the judges' attention. It's time for a makeover. After some grooming and braiding and accessorizing, Huxley was ready. What do you think? Does Huxley look a little silly? I think so. In the final challenge, the dogs showed off their commands. Huxley sat, he pointed, he rolled over, he did everything perfectly. But Julia could tell he was miserable. And even after all that work, the judges still barely noticed him. Finally, it was Bob's turn. As Bob went to take his place, crash! He tripped over his tail ribbon. Everyone in the hall gasped. Huxley didn't hesitate. He bounded over to Bob and gave his nose a lick. Bob pulled himself together. With Huxley at his side, he finished the competition. It was very nice of Huxley to help Bob. At the end, Bob posed like a champion. Huxley stood proudly beside him. The crowd cheered. Julia even heard people chanting Huxley's name. Good boy, Huxley, Julia said. As the judges prepared to announce the winner, Julia held her breath. We have reached a decision, the judges said. This year's best in show is Bob! Julia couldn't believe it. Huxley had done everything right, and he still didn't win. She pulled out Huxley's hair clips, bows, and braids until he was himself again. Julia must have looked upset because Huxley jumped up and gave her nose a lick. All right, Huxley, Julia said, rubbing his ears. We'll try again next year. Suddenly, Bob trotted over, scooped Huxley up, and paraded him around the winner's circle. Julia had never seen Huxley look so happy. The crowd erupted in applause. Julia joined in. Huxley might have been a winner, but Bob deserved to be best in show. When Huxley was on the ground again, he ran over to Julia with part of Bob's prize. Huxley wagged his tail hopefully. Julia smiled. Good idea, Huxley, she said. Let's go play fetch. Now everybody's playing together. Julia and Huxley are playing fetch. Bob and his owner are flying, I think. This little girl and her dragon are reading a book together. And I think she's reading to this little boy and his robot cat too. Looks like they're all having a lot of fun. And this is talking about how to make your dog best in show by teaching 5 easy commands. Sit, come, spin around, find it, and fetch. And that was the end of that book, friends. So friends, that was a book and it was supposed to be about a dog show. And they kept calling all those animals dogs, but they weren't really dogs, were they? I don't think so. I'm pretty sure I saw a dragon, a robot kitty, and a unicorn with wings, and then an alien maybe? I don't know. But there are lots of pets and dogs that you can see at a pet show or a dog show if you go to one. They do have rabbit shows and horse shows and even maybe even cat shows. I don't know. Probably not dragon shows. I don't even think there are such things as dragons. Maybe just in pretend. Who knows? But you know where you can see a lot of animals is at the zoo. So there's a song I want to sing, or kind of a rhyme, that is all about pets and what makes a good pet and what makes a not so good pet. So it goes like this. It's I met a lion at a park. I took him home with me, but when I tried to comb his mane, he chased me up a tree. I met a zebra in a zoo and took him home to play, but when I brought him to my house, he turned and ran away. I met a monkey in a tree, just hanging upside down, but when I tried to join him there, he scampered off to town. I met a skunk in our backyard. He crawled into a bin, but when I tried to take him home, Mom would not let him in. I met my daddy at the house. He brought me a surprise. It had a little curly tail and big brown puppy eyes. So that was 5 animals, friends. It was a lion, a zebra, a monkey, a skunk, and a puppy. Of those 5, do any of them make good pets? Probably just the puppy, right? A lion, best seen at the zoo or in its natural habitat, which is in the jungle or in the desert. A zebra, same thing, best seen at the zoo or in its natural habitat. Monkey, some people have monkeys as pets, but they're really best seen at the zoo or in their natural habitat, which is the jungle. And a skunk, PU. You want to leave them alone. If you see them stomping their feet, that means they're trying to tell you, hey, I think you might be dangerous. And you want to walk away before they spray you. Skunks can spray their stink 10 feet. That is a long way. So you want to get out of there fast. But puppies, unless you're allergic to dogs, puppies make great pets. They're a lot of work to train, but they are so much fun to have. So, do you have a pet? If you have a pet, do you think you would ever put them in a pet show? I have a pet. I think you probably know this. I have a dog named Annie, and she was actually supposed to be a show dog, but she couldn't be one where they bred her to be one because her bone structure wasn't right. I think she was too small. So then they brought her back here to Michigan, and now she's my pet dog. And I love her so much. Well, friends, story time is all over now. I'm so glad you could join me today. Why don't we sing Open Shut Them before we finish? Are you ready? Open, shut them. Open, shut them. Give a little clap, clap, clap. Open, shut them. Open, shut them. Put them in your lap, lap, lap. Creep them, creep them, creep them, creep them. Right up to your chin. Open wide your little mouth, but do not let them in. Great job, friends. I'll see you next time for story time. Bye.